Hello, welcome back to Tarot Time with Andy. Thank you for being here. This is my vibrational reading. Please do your own research for entertainment purposes and allegedly. Hello, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. I thought I would hit up on Amber Heard writing a book. It was suggested. I saw a comment somewhere, can't recall where it was at. Might have been on Popcorn Planet, discussing her party ways and how she was in control of everyone like some dark mistress of the night in a held up position of authority, literally in front of everyone. And so her writing a book, is this sort of a veiled threat to the party goers? You know, trying to find some way of blackmailing others through this veiled threat of a book. So that is the question. Is she using it as a veiled threat so that maybe she can manipulate and blackmail? I wouldn't be surprised. So here we go. First card, King of Pentacles in reverse. So she's not feeling so abundant. I would say that would be, she feels that they have turned their back on her. People who have abundance and everything have turned their back on her. She doesn't feel she has it all. I know this isn't her card. I'd say this is a male in her life. Quite a few. Could be Elon, Johnny, other party goers, men of wealth who were at the parties, a lot of men of wealth who had it all, who have turned their back on her. God forbid if you should turn your back on the abundance, feeling bullied, because there is the Taurus, the bull there. This is the Taurus, the bull card. And when they're not happy, they become bullies. So this here, I would say she doesn't feel like she has the enterprise that they have in the abundance. And they're ignoring her. They're kind of ignoring her. The indulgences and the temptations are just not quite there. I would say sort of turning their back on the fruit she's offering, because I see a watermelon there. So let's, and the temptations that she's offering. Typically in this position, it is about temptation, but I'm thinking they're not feeling it. So this popped. I'm taking this stack here as a challenging position. Knowing she's a liar, Ace of Swords in reverse. So they don't trust her. They think she's going to say things. They don't want to hear it. They know that she can speak out. They don't want her to speak out, but what she does say, she will just trash them, cut them out. She will do whatever she can in a very negative sense here with her words. A lot of consequences with the Ace of Swords in reverse. It's a very controlled action. It's having a lot of judgment, poor judgment, mental blocks, a lot of cruelty. So they know that she's capable of cruelty, and this basically could be a very cruel thing. It's not it's not someone who knows the truth and is going to speak total truth. This is someone who's capable of really coming up with some doozies, untruths. So yeah, maybe they're party goers, but she can certainly elaborate. The thing with narcs and these types of people, they mix truths and lies together, and that's what makes it more believable. Take 5 lies and stick in 11 truths. You know, it's a mixed bag, so she can mix it up. She doesn't feel that she's rising up, so she can put out negative messages here with the Knight of Wands in reverse. Excuse me, Page of Wands in reverse. Page of Wands in reverse. Sorry, it's been a while since I've been playing with this deck here. This deck here. It's my vice versa. So anyways, putting out negative messages about them. Cruel message. She's very capable of writing it if she wanted to with that Page of Wands in reverse. She can put out whatever she wants. It would be very juvenile. And being a wand, it would be putting them into a caged situation they can't get out of. Putting them in depression. She's depressed. She feels caged in. So why not lie? Why not come out of it and I can come out swinging? It can be read that way too, because she's not rising up. She's fallen. That is the rising phoenix sign with that fire coming up. And she knows she's not going to rise up. She's got to find some way to rise up. And what better way to rise up than to take other people down and take them out? That's kind of how they work and how they operate, is scapegoat other people, triangulation and scapegoating. She would do it for money. for money and to talk about, lo and behold, we have the Devil card. That is the sex parties right there. Great sex, drugs, alcohol, all the material goods, wealthy party people, totally enmeshed in a dark web. And so, yeah, this is the dark web of the parties and all the possession. You're like my possession. I own you because I know what you did. So I can kind of possess over you because she's not rising up. And when they don't rise up, they have that narc injury, that narc rage. And so they're going to take you out. They're going to cut you out. They're going to cut you down. It is that revenge, the revenge of them, you know. So, yeah, it's built on resentment. They have a lot of resentment. They're always chaotic. They will never stop being chaotic. Everywhere they go, life is chaotic. The reason why they do that is because they're chaotic in their own mind. They're obsessed with maintaining possession of people. The harem garage. You are in my harem garage. You're not leaving my harem garage. I can do what I want with you because I have enough information about you. With this Ace of Swords, I know about you. And I need to rise up. And you belong to me here. I've got goods on you. So yes, that's total ownership going on here, is her challenging position. Because you're going to mess with people with high power. They could probably do something back to you, right? They're pathologically defensive. And so this would be her defensive maneuver here. Because they are very pathological. And, you know, they expect you to prop them up. And the fact that they're not propping her up and supporting her, and they've turned their back on her. See, they turn their back on her. That is a narc injury. That is a major wounding. They're not stepping in to help her with her financial problems. She probably reached out. They said no. They turned their back on her. So this is a real pathological wound, and they cannot overlook it. They expect everyone to overlook them. So this is a major wounding here. Let's get to the focal point for the book, the focal point for the book, focal point for her writing and threatening. What is she going to do? Is she going to do it? This book, this party book, her book of parties, veiled threat. It's a veiled threat. Is she actually going to do it? Is she actually going to do it? Let's get to the focal point. Focal point. I'd say she's not going to do it. It is a no card. She's not going to do it because it's too much of a burden. And not only that, it'd put it down on her. She would have to self-sacrifice herself. And it would burden her. It would burden her with being able to find any dualities or testing of love relationships. So I think she's not going to do it. I think it's just a threat. And then I also have here the High Priestess in reverse. Clouded, self-doubt. She doesn't have the secret knowledge that she thinks she has, so it's in reverse. She doesn't have much on them except for probably wild sex and all that, but it's not enough secrets, so she doesn't know enough secrets about them, so it's just a veiled threat. And it is, she could be sued. She could be sued again for doing something and putting it in print. That is the Justice card here, and that is law and order. So she could be sued again. So I think that's just a veiled threat because she's wounded. She wants to gain control. Let me go a little bit into notes here. Yeah, they expect you to overlook the rudeness or condensation, their anger issues. You're not allowed to confront them, but they're allowed to confront you. And they're like addicts. They're like addicts looking for a constant fix, but they're turning their back on her. How dare you? You turned your back on me. So you're not allowed to have your own self-esteem, God forbid. No. You're supposed to stay entangled and I own you. So, and you're not supposed to call me out. So she feels like she's insulted here because no one's coming to her rescue. They're not wanting to rescue her. They're not supporting her. They're not coddling her. Let's get to the hidden energy. The hidden energy for Amber Heard and this needing coddling, needing entanglement. They've turned their back. Threatening a book, which she's not going to do because she knows she'll be sued and she doesn't have enough information. So what we have here is it could be a reckless decision. It's a dream of hers. She'd love to do it. It's a dream. She fantasizes about, ooh, which cup can I take from? Who can I emotionally abuse? It could be very reckless for her she feels it would be very healing. For her, it'd be very healing, but she knows it would be reckless. And she knows that judgment day would come for her, that it's a wake-up call. She's going to have to shed old habits here. She has to shed old habits in order to heal, and she knows that. And she knows it'd be very reckless. So this is really just a virtue signaling kind of thing. Not going to do it. She doesn't have enough goods on him. She's really at risk of being sued and owing more millions to other people who have far more money than her. And then we have here the Knight of Wands in reverse. So with the Knight of Wands in reverse is obstacles, recklessness, consequences. She can't handle any more legality issues, any more lawsuits, and gaslighting the public and going after whatever she feels like what will heal her is going to be a major wake up. It's too reckless, too careless. Let's go into the future here. Okay, the future. What we have here is the World card. She wants to be seen in a better light. She would like to have some balance and harmony. She wants to understand this path that she's been through. So she needs some healing. She knows she needs healing. Let's go into the feelings in the situation. The feelings in the situation. The feelings in the situation for Amber Heard. Feelings in the situation, that pot. Yes, she knows she needs to build up her bridges again. So she needs some emotional bridges. She needs harmony with other people. She needs friendship. So she's desperate. This is like a loneliness thing. She really needs entanglement here. She needs entanglement, and it's a challenge right now. She can't possess and get people in her little web, and she needs bridges. They need other people to regulate them. They can't do things on their own. Other people are sources of supply to regulate their emotions because they don't have true self-confidence within themselves. So other people are that regulation. So this is what's going on. She needs to be regulated so she can function out in the world. She feels totally judged. She's having this wake-up call, trying to find some way to heal. She knows she's been reckless. She knows she's lived in this emotional fantasy of making various choices. She wants those choices back. She'd like to have healing. She'd like to feel that wake-up call, and she'd like to feel connected to the world again. And she'd like to build bridges, but she's having such a hard time because people have unmasked her, and now she's got to recover. She's like, she needs to recover. She's aware that she needs to recover her image. She knows she needs to recover herself. So it's looking like she's had some bit of a dark night of the soul, I would say, with some of these cards here on the table coming here, but we'll see what happens. Outside influences. I know she does seem to have a girlfriend right now. So she's got one entanglement. Yeah, here we go. The outside influences. She would like to do things differently. She's been busted as a liar. That's the liar card. The Seven of Swords is the snake in the grass. This is someone who has an unshackled conscience. They don't have a conscience. They do what they want. They're exploiters. They have an impaired brake system within themselves. So they can betray you on a dime if they feel like it. Very dishonorable, trickery, hoping all their lies go unnoticed. Very devil energy, but here she's been unmasked. She needs to change. All her lies are known. She needs to have fork in the roads. She needs to have places to go. She wants to be able to come and go and do things and have options with the two of wands here. And with the two, she needs dualities. She needs some dualities, which people would be willing to be around her, have any energy to give to her. And the only way she could do that is if she tries to do things differently here. Because everybody knows what she is. Everybody knows that she has taken that fork in the road to be a liar. And she chose that path. She chose a path of lying, and she's been found out. So now she has to choose a different fork in the road. Go the other way, in essence. She chose one road. Now she needs to go the road of honesty, is how I feel about this. But she still has a desire for world domination, wanting to dominate, because that globe represents some domination there. So she still has fantasies of domination, I would say, along her path where she goes and what she does, in search of stability and in search of strength, because we have the lion here in the background and it's howling there. And so she really needs strength. strength from other people, but she always had strength in her lies. And those are all noticed now, as she cannot do that. If she wants to build a life for herself and build bridges back up, she must do things differently. She has to do things differently, because if she doesn't, she isn't going to have a future. Her future is grim. So let's go into the hopes and fears, Amber's hopes and fears with this book. And she is not going to likely write it. I see it as just being fraudulent. She's going to be advised not to do it. So hopes and fears is, yes, she would like to. She would like to. She would love to. It would give her some smug pleasures. This is a smug pleasures card with the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups represents wish fulfillment. So yes, she would love to. She would love to get even. She likes that because she's a narc. She's histrionic. She is a sociopath. So she would still love to do it. Her doing things differently can be very challenging. Very challenging. Not likely to happen. It's usually she's stuck with it more than likely. I don't see any improvement happening, but she knows she needs to. Let's get to the final call. The final call. The final call on this book. This book, she wants to. She knows she shouldn't. Being advised not to. What we have here is the Knight of Swords upright. So with the Knight of Swords upright, this is being impulsive. Feels the need to do it. She feels the need. She needs to act fast. She wants to do it suddenly out of the blue. And we have here with the 8 of Cups, and she's wishing for it. She wishes she could just do it out of the blue and put those messages out. Like a book would just magically appear. Doesn't want to put the work in. They're lazy. Lazy, lazy, lazy. But I just wish it just could magically cut through the clouds of my gloom and doom and go on the attack. The Knight of Swords is very much someone who comes in very quickly and goes on the attack. So she would like to attack everyone. She would love to, because it would give her smug pleasures. She would absolutely love to, but she's afraid that she cannot put out that front of, hey, I'm healing. I'm going to heal all this judgment. But really, she would like to just go on the attack, as a true sociopath would think. But she knows in the root, this is not the right thing to go. She knows her inner child's probably saying, you got to hold back. But she needs that entanglement. She needs that devil energy to survive. It's just the way they function. She's hoping, she wants people to see her as it's finished business. She wants finished business for herself, in essence. And this here with the 8 of Cups is trying to overcome her problems by going on the attack. The 8's all about overcoming your problem. And she's wishing upon a star with her inner child to go on the attack, because that's what's natural for her. What's natural for her is a chaotic environment and constantly going on the attack, because they are pathologically defensive. She is pathologically defensive, and that's her natural knee-jerk reaction to go on the attack. Punish you. I'm going to punish you. Things aren't going so well. I'm trying to get you to go along with my agenda, and if it doesn't go well, I will punish you. I will go on the attack. Before she can resolve anything, she must go on the attack first to gain control. And then once she gains control, she can have things her way. So they go on the attack, and that's the only way they can emotionally overcome anything, is by going on the attack. That's very much child, inner wounds, triggered. They're forever triggered, because that's how life is. Every single day they are triggered by the pushback of other people not buying into their charm. Which brings me to charm. Don't fall for the charm, especially during a first meeting when you meet someone and they're extremely charming and they want to be super helpful. They're super engaged, listening to you like no one else is in the room, and they're gazing at you. Don't trust it, because our natural instincts for most people in a normal neurotypical brain is to have some reserve and hold back, because totally trusting someone in the first encounter or the first couple encounters, to be that trusting, is not a natural state of mind. That is a toxic mind. They are hiding something. Excessive charm is resentment, okay? It is not natural. We are always slightly Most neurotypical brains, healthy brains, are a little bit apprehensive. That is healthy, okay? Do not say that you're unhealthy because you hold back and you don't rush friendships, you don't rush communication, you don't rush getting to know someone. You take your time. So it's basically like trying to throw dust in your eyes to block the view of their toxicity. That is what charm is. So know this. They try too hard, and they are doing it to conceal their opposites, which is not a charming individual, not a nice individual. It is a maneuver. They're deep-rooted envy, insecurities. They're hiding themselves inside. So there you have it. She is going to go on the attack. She wants to go on the attack to overcome her emotional problems. She knows that's the only thing she can do, but it's not going to bode well. I say that it's not going to happen because her challenging position is the fact that she can go to court. She doesn't want to go to court. She can have a judgment day here by the public. It's not something that's going to bode well for her. But let's ask the pendulum. Let's ask the pendulum. Will she actually write this book? She really wants to, but will she? Will she actually put out a book? Will she put pen to paper and get it published? Will Amber Heard put out a book? Will she actually put out a book? Will she actually put out a book? No, she will not. No. Is this all talk? Is this all talk and yes, to create problems? Yes. It's just to garner control. You know, you're not going along with my plans here, you know, so I'm gonna blackmail you. It's like blackmail here, you know, exploiting. So, you know, I'm trying to exploit you and it's not working very well. And that's really what it's about. If they can't exploit you, they're going to find a way to maneuver around it. So, yeah. All right, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Till next time, like and subscribe. Bye, you guys.